What up, YouTube? Mike C here. Anyways, I got my copy of Fortune magazine in the mail today, and this is what's on the cover. Positively Un-American. And the subheading on this is big time companies are moving their headquarters overseas to dodge billions in taxes. That means the rest of us pay their share. Okay, so the next couple of videos I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to simply in layman terms, possibly not so much layman terms, depending on your level of intelligence, I'm going to be explaining a lot of different things. I'm going to be explaining why the universe has edges, Big Bang, how it happens, why it happens, when it's going to happen again. I'm going to explain statistics. I'm going to explain why apparitions or spirits create cold spots. I'm going to explain and elaborate on free will. And I'm going to give you a bunch of information which you can, I'm going to do it in a way where you can call it comedy or you can call it an opinion. But the people who watch this who have serious levels of education are going to know exactly what I'm doing. And that's fine by me. So anyways, Un-American to pay taxes. I had one of my Twitter buddies ask me about racism because I didn't understand it. And some people can't relate to racism because people who are centralized in an area don't see racism in a racial manner from ethnicity. They see racism in different forms and what the actual concept is, but they don't even realize it. So pretty much, here we go. We're going to break it down. Racism is pretty much racism is an ignorance, being ignorant based upon other people's differences. And a lot of it's derived from pride. And plain and simple. Pride. You know, like, what's your favorite team? My team's this. Oh, your team sucks. We're hot, you're not. Simple concepts like that. That's ignorance. Because it's pretty much saying, you know, we'll compete with you, but, you know, we're better. No matter what. You know, even though you're competition, you're not really competition. My thing on racism, my great-granddad, you know, because he was Hispanic and Native American and was like, you know, my mentor growing up, the big thing was I never thought of it that way. You know, when between the ages of 3 and 13, when he was a major part of my life before he passed away, I never even considered the fact that you know, he was a different ethnicity or anything like that. So even though his skin was brown, like dark brown, you know, it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. And so I'm going to explain how governments and social systems and people's individual value systems, and I'm even going to define God in future videos. I will explain to you the definition of God. And I'm not doing this because I'm boastful or prideful or think I know more than most people. I'm doing it because I'm humble and because I'm sick and tired. Well, I'm not sick and I'm not really tired. I took a nap. But I'm really fed up. And so these next few videos are going to be very impactful. And the racism thing, let me just finish that up while I'm here. So he was a major factor in my life. My favorite team, basketball team in the NBA, is the Chicago Bulls. Now, why is your favorite team the Chicago Bulls? You've never lived on the East Coast of the United States and you're not from Chicago. My favorite team is the Chicago Bulls because around the age of 12, I had to start wearing glasses because my vision was deteriorating. And the Chicago Bulls at the time were a championship team. Well, they had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and they had this, other person on their team that I could identify with. His name was Horace Grant. He wore glasses, whether they were prescription or not. As a youth, I wore glasses, he wore glasses, he was a champion on a championship team. So I identified with that, and ever since then, the Chicago Bulls have been my team. So, racism is really ignorant, because just because I like the Bulls doesn't mean I'm going to tell you your team's not as good as the Bulls. It's a simple misunderstanding and people imposing their pride and their ignorance on other people. My first girlfriend was African American, and we worked in a movie theater, and she was my first love, and it doesn't matter. But our relationship faltered because it mattered to everybody else who it shouldn't have mattered for us with. People would look at us, give us dirty looks, not as we were two human beings who cared for each other, but rather we're two human beings who are obviously visually, of different ethnicity or backgrounds. So for a lot of people, just because you look like this and your partner looks like this, automatically, it's this. No, it's not. It's not. It's never been. It's stupid. It's stupid. War is stupid. War is a nation or a group taking pride in something or their belief and usually oppressing another. That is just ignorance at its finest. Now, recently I watched a video where, a woman brought up the Jewish, concentration camps back in Nazi Germany and all this and that, and was pretty much telling, I think Finkelstein, maybe, and Finkelstein was offended because his family was oppressed by the same, even though he's German. Jehovah's Witnesses, all sorts of people. We've had Asian Americans put in concentration camps just because they were Asian, during the World Wars. The thing is, when you're standing up for somebody who is being oppressed, that's just being humanitarian. That kind of changes the dynamics. But when you go to war and you choose to kill someone for an organization or your country's agenda, that is just murdering for no individually good reason. That is stupid. So, what is positively un-American? I have Native American heritage. You know what? The thing I learned from the whole Jewish video about being oppressed in the concentration camps and trying to use that to justify attacking Gaza, it's ridiculous. It's bullshit. It doesn't matter if you are Jewish, you're not Jewish and in a concentration camp. Now you have guns and now you're oppressing other people. It's a very sensitive issue, and I am just putting it out there. I have all sorts of ethnicities. I'm Heinz 57, 58, whatever. All people have a right to exist. And when you become the bully, then you become a bigot. Native Americans, I really struggle with that because a lot of them are Christian. And it's like, that makes no sense. Why are you a Christian? Well, because they grew up around people who were Christian. It's all about influence, who you're exposed to, and how your value system and your ideals are influenced. Not molded on their own. Not, this is my understanding of things because I understand them. But this is what people have influenced me with and exposed me to and imposed on me. So, racism, slavery, it's all stupid. It's all wrong. It's not right because you're imposing your will on somebody else. That is exactly why I am 100% against rape. Because rape is you taking your free will and imposing that on another person to influence their free will. So therefore, you are taking away from them or pushing away from them their free will. It is a type of thievery, it's cheating, it's deceptive, and I'm just going to be completely honest, because I don't think anybody is really completely honest with themselves. And that's why I have a lot of friends who are patriotic, and they don't understand the way I think. Well, I don't know. I look at you, you're patriotic, and you claim you're this, and you're this religion. I know so many people of so many races and ethnicities and religious backgrounds, and it doesn't matter to me as long as they ain't hurting other people. But when you impose on other people for no good reason other than you believe this and you think everybody else should believe what you believe, that's just not right. It's universally just wow, So anyways, the next couple videos we're going to be going through a lot of stuff, and I'm going to run through it real kind of fast like this. That way, even the 6th grader who is being indoctrinated by people who come to the school and tell them that, storing nuclear waste in Yucca Mountain is, the devil's work and it's wrong and we're all going to die in Nevada. That happened to me. They actually came to my junior high, and the school never presented an opposing view. It was all Yucca Mountain is bad. This is almost, 20 years ago. Or it is 20, dang. And 20 years ago, schools allowed me to be given a lie. Because later on when I grew up and I actually researched Yucca Mountain and I researched all the data and evidence and statistics and the 20 plus volumes of DOE proposal, instead now they're holding the nuclear waste above ground right on the other side of the mountain where I live because Yucca Mountain ain't good enough. Why put it inside some rock when we can put it out in the open? So I'm going to put it out in the open. The systems you live in lie to you. They manipulate you. They help mold your value system, which is oftentimes biased. So if you want to be biased, then feel free. But you want to be biased and impose that on other people, and people who see these videos are going to realize very loud and clear that, oh, hey, this guy knows this, and this, and he shared it with us. And now I know this, and this, and I know it because he can prove it with math and universal laws. There are laws in science that are laws for a reason. Man-made laws are just fictitious things man-made to control and manipulate people. It's as simple as that. Got a speed limit, 55 miles per hour. Some people drive 45. Some people drive 65. It doesn't mean anything. They're not enforced. They don't really care. They put it there to manipulate you and influence you into doing what they want. So, I'm going to apply some bilateral, unilateral, universal pressure, and I'm going to help people open their eyes and see things for what they really are, because there's so much ignorance and so much hoopla about really relevant things, and one of the major problems with all of it is they don't take the time to communicate with the person or with the organization. People don't communicate effectively. People don't communicate and try to understand one another. So I'm just going to communicate a bunch of things which are opinions or satire, when a lot of them are just simple facts, unchangeable, undeniable facts. So, you're welcome.